It's me, once again, Shadow469. And today I'd like to talk about, well, let's get a little sharpie out here. This. Titanfall 3. Now, from what I've seen so far, it's supposed to be, it's once again from Respawn Entertainment, and this time the overseers are going to be EA, as recently Respawn Entertainment has been purchased by EA. So far, we have no idea when the release date is, but hopefully it will be either this year or next, or sometime around this year. First off, I'd like to say that, Titanfall 2 was a great game, but first we'd have to talk about Titanfall 1. Titanfall 1, it had actually what I like to think was a unique mechanic. Its campaign was told through multiplayer games, and therefore, depending on which team won or lost, it would choose between which part of the story was told. For instance, if the militia won against the IMC for a gas facility, then they would probably get the gas and the IMC would fly away. If vice versa, the militia ship would blow up. So really, it was depending on how you played would tell you which story you got. Of course, at the time, for some reason, I hadn't really known the story yet, so I thought that the militia was the bad guys, so I always tried to get the IMC story. Stupid me. Okay, but that's besides the point. Now on to Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 was basically everything from Titanfall 1, but better. You had a main protagonist, characters from the old games along with new Titans along with old ones showing up, I believe. And it had its own campaign along with its own multiplayer. Now, the multiplayer, it had free DLC, but it also had purchasable Prime Titans, if you don't already know what those are. They're basically the same as the Titans you already have, but with updated taunts, like taunt kills, and new voices, and just a new look in general. But, the story was where I think it shined, however, with, the companionship of Jack Cooper, a militia foot soldier who suddenly got thrown into the battle, becoming a pilot instantly after another pilot who I forgot the name of died, and so he gave the Titan to Jack, who then has to go through the campaign doing missions to help the militia. Now, I don't really want to say what happens at the very end because, for some of you guys who still haven't played Titanfall 2, but, it's sad, I guess, because, your Titan is gone. It sacrifices itself. Damn it, I just spoiled it. But not really. And at the very end, we see BT, the name of the Titan, we don't see him at all. But Jack's helmet is sitting there, and the lights flashing, saying, I forgot what the message was. But that's besides the point. What that means is that his Titan is probably still alive, which, leads to there being a third game, which is coming out. Who knows? What I'd like to see is probably, BT again, but maybe, I don't know, a split screen co-op story or just some sort of story with multiple people. And I don't know, something more to do in multiplayer than just battles. Maybe like a, how do I put this? From the first game, I guess. In the first game, you had a progressive multiplayer, like campaign sort of, but maybe have one game mode where battles were continuous, so you wouldn't battle and then leave. You battle and then keep going to the next area, kind of like um, Overwatch. I think maybe Overwatch does that. Um, that's all I really have to say though. I am hopeful that Respawn, despite EA watching over them, will do a good job with Titanfall 3. And fingers crossed, but maybe, just maybe, we'll get a good game. So, that's it. That's my thoughts on Titanfall 3, and I'll see y'all later.